Hello, today is Tuesday, September 19th, 2017. I'm Sharon Dingus and I'm here to share with you another ray of light. I'm coming to you from Acres for Art and Enlightenment, home of AwakeningLight.net and Red Dog Creations Art Studio. Today's ray of light explores the concept of flow and how lack of flow is an illusion, almost like a magician's trick. And so behind me are some of my, it's dry, it's rain starved, but I'm going to kind of show you this. But again, the spring, it was just stunning with all the rain that we had out here. And now things are dry because it's been a very hot summer, but it's kind of funny. This morning, it's actually, some of you people up north are going to laugh at me in the Minnesota, Wisconsin area, it's actually chilly. It's about 67 degrees, and since it's such low humidity, it actually feels kind of chilly. But today, when I took a look at the tarot spread, posted over here, is the cards. It was very interesting. The cards themselves, they seemed to flow within one another. So as I took a look at, it was the Son of Cups and the relationship between the Son of Cups and the Daughter of Pentacles. And as I took a look at the way that the lines flowed between the two cards, I thought, well, isn't that curious? And so I kept looking. And then what I noticed is that the Son of Cups and the Justice card, the way the two of those were, they blended together. They flowed together. And then I took a look and I thought, well, look at the Moon and how the Moon card is with respect to that Son of Cups. And it was almost like the crown. You can almost look like at the spires of a castle or something such as that. So those four cards all flowed together very, very nicely. And then I took a look at that darn Ten of Swords that's on the far right on the western horizon. I thought, okay, so these four all flow together. What's going on over here? What is it that, what is this card saying? Because it did not fit or did not feel as if it fit. And so I just sat with it, and what came was the magician's trick. How many times have you seen, I don't think I've ever seen it in person, but where you've seen the illusion, right? Where you have the magician, and the magician asks the beautiful woman or whoever to get into this box. And then they close up the box. And they either put swords in holes throughout the box, or I've also seen it like with sheets that they'll slide in. So as you look at it, it's like, oh my goodness, especially the first time you see it, it's like, oh my gosh, what's happening to this person? How on earth did they survive that? But as I take a look at that poor bowl with those 10 swords going through it, it's the illusion. The illusion that everything around us is solid. And that there is separation, that things do not flow. Whereas the other four cards, as they went together, is it showed the flow between everything. And I deliberately selected this particular section because one of the things I love about these hills is they're deserty, the rocks. I think if I took a pickaxe to something or a shovel, I would find a mixture of rock and dirt, regardless of how deeply I went in there. It's this matrix, right? But the other thing that I'm going to move this up here just a little bit. I'll let you see. But as we flow down from the sky, it really is a flow where you can see over the years that water, so when there are rains, water flows, it carves these foothills. And it's just this it's a very sensuous flow to these hills. They're very soft, they're very feminine, they flow. And it was interesting, Mighty Maya and I are going to go for a walk when I get done filming this, is driving down the road, and all of a sudden I'm like, what on earth is that up in the sky? And it was so funny because someone had lost what appeared to have originally been 5 helium balloons and it was now 3 with 2 dangling. So in this day and age, I'm thinking, are those drones? What is that over there? Well, no, it was balloons, helium balloons that had escaped, and they were now flowing. So they were taking advantage of the lightness that they had, and the cooler temperatures, I'm sure, helped considerably as far as allowing these balloons to flow, to merge with the heavens, and to go wherever they wanted to go. And we are more air, more space, more flow than we are actually solid. And I still seek at times to wrap my brain around that, and that's the wrong thing to wrap, right? Is to allow the trust, the belief, the knowing that I can transform myself into anything I want. It is just my 3D, my human physical incarnation, and the belief system that has been wrapped around it that tells me, or has programmed me, the matrix, that I can't flow and change. So I will continue to be spending time with that concept of how do you flow. And when you take a look, if you go back to chemistry class from high school or college or wherever you took it, is just the makeup of the various molecules, and it's mostly space. When you take a look at an atom and all the little the electrons, the protons, and then you start getting into all the subatomic particles that go beyond that, where you get into quantum physics and such. But we are more air and space than we actually are physical. It's just we see the physical. And so much of what we do relies on us having that belief, right? You put your coffee cup or your tea cup or whatever it is on top of the table, and you expect the table to be solid. But I want to play with, okay, it's not solid. How do I practice the art of transformation, right? So a couple weeks ago, did the concept of practicing cloud control, where you can focus on the clouds and you can actually make them change by focusing your intent. What I want to try is to focus my intent on something more solid, or seemingly solid, because I know, I don't know, that if I went up in the cloud, I would fall through it, right? Having flown through them and such. But something that is seemingly more physical, am I able to transform it with my intent, with my feelings? And I'm going to sit with that a little bit. I have a few ideas of what I would like to transform, but I would like to play with it a little bit. I'm not being bold enough to put myself out there, but if I am successful, we will be able to take a look in these videos and you will be able to see proof. So that is what I'm going to work with. And part of it is I need to release. I'm not going to say overcome, but I need to release my physical belief system. So flow. We all flow. We're all interconnected. We all, even right now, when you flow, you are part of these mountains. You are part of this ground. You are part of this sky. And feeling them and standing here right now, it's almost as if I feel the girls over here and they like that we're talking about this today. So as you go about your day today, think about that. Look at where you may have artificial boundaries, you may have physical boundaries, and where don't you have them? And to be able to explore these, the merging, the flow, does not require us to leave our physical bodies, such as when people transition during a time of death. But we have, I have that inner knowing that we have that ability. And people do show they can do that. But I want to prove to myself that it is possible, because I want to be able to share that with others, that it's possible to transcend this. So today is a real woo-woo day on this topic, right? But Let's get the sun in here a little bit. She's right behind me, I believe, flowing down on us. So, thank you for taking the time to watch. I send you and flow to you blessings, love, and light as you go about your day today.